Hi, hello everyone. Welcome into That Sounds Gay, a podcast where we discuss every season of Drag Race in chronological order. My name is Jer, and our gay sound presented by Jesse today is...
You.
I like the way that you covered your ears like you were trying to do the Mariah.
I was trying to hit a whistle tone. That was my best rendition of the Italian sparrow.
Okay. We've been getting avant-garde with these.
Well, because I think it was the first episode I did
A mandolin.
Amanda Lynn. Amanda Tears Lynn.
Britney Spears.
The unofficial instrument of Italy.
Yeah.
And so I had to do the bird.
I live.
Girl Olive. Girl Olive. Girl Olive Garden.
Olive Pit.
Did you know that Taylor Farms also supplies to Olive Garden?
No.
We
Damn.
looked up the list of it because we were worried about In-N-Out. and I was like, who all does Taylor Farms supply to?
Yeah.
Girl, Wendy's, Subway,
Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Crack.
We got some tacos the other day and we had them specifically take out the lettuce. I'm like, I ain't gonna deal with that.
Yeah.
And then I microwaved them afterwards. I'm like, no.
Get that lettuce off my taco. I'm not eating that.
Before we get into our previously on, I do have some correspondence from our boots on the ground Italian correspondent. Someone said last week, shout out to Nishan Siv. I'm sure I said your name wrong. Silvana, in her intro, was doing a play on Giorgi Milani. She says she's an Italian right-wing political, and she went saying, "My name is Georgia. I'm woman, I'm mother, I'm Italiana." And her surname is Melons, so she's playing fun by saying, "Don't eat melons, I eat banana."
Me being like, she's saying, I don't eat ass. I only suck dick. She was like giving like a weird like
Grinder
yeah, literally
Yeah.
ASL.
So last week we talked about a crazy fairy tale musical, a red design challenge, some rip-off drag con panels, and a masterclass situation. Neither one of us really were clicking with this season, but we have definitely been enjoying the cast, kind of.
Yes.
We also chatted about the season 3 curse, and I think I figured out the common thread. I sat down and I thought about it, and I think I figured it out because we couldn't figure out what it was.
You found the Layla yarn that connects it all.
I think I did. Every season that people consider bad, of the 3s, a woman is disrespected in some way. A woman identifying woman. So we have Victoria Scone gets that injury right after being disrespected by Crystal Versace, who called her fat and said she was the biggest competition. Then Clover Beach gets shat on by the Javis all season 3 of España.
Yes.
And Melissa is constantly overlooked by the judges in this one. But in the other 3s, in season 3 of US, Carmen Carrera doesn't really have too many problems. Canada's Drag Race, there's not really any issues. Like, Kimmy's celebrated through a lot of that season. And then in Down Under 3, people don't like that one. But honestly, I feel like it has a lot to do with the fact that people just write off Down Under as being a season that forgives racism. Because Rue made that terrible judgment call in season 1.
Yes.
And don't give it a chance after that.
You know what? You're right for that.
That's my theory. It all has to do with the disrespect of women.
Of women.
Mm-hmm. That's my theory. Oh, and Thailand 3 does something terrible to a woman as well. This is your Thailand fact for this season. So in the top 4, they eliminate the trans female contestant at top 4 to someone who had lip sync. At that point, I think it was their 4th time lip syncing. They eliminate her. Make her say her whole goodbye speech. She's crying. She's saying all the things she learned from Drag Race Thailand, how upset she is that she's going to go, but that she'll hold her head up high, blah, blah, blah. As she's getting ready to leave, they say, actually, Shantae, you stay.
Girl.
They put her through the entire emotional torture of giving her goodbye speech, crying through it, and then save her.
Girl, that's evil.
Isn't it?
Psychological torture.
Yeah.
Emotionally waterboarding this woman.
That's going to be the title when we finally get to that season. Emotional waterboarding.
The emotional waterboarding of Drag Race Thailand Season 3.
I'm making a video with that title immediately. So, let's get back into Drag Race Italia. We have episode 6 that we're starting out with, which is the Snatch Game.
Snatch Game.
Morgana is out, and I still think that it should have been Shiva or Prada that went out here. Especially knowing how floppy honest Shiva is the rest of this season.
Okay, drag them.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, like, it's funny because I didn't feel like you were, like, featuring Morgana, like, super fiercely. But I feel like she kind of, like, lives on in a way, you know? She gets some mentions here and there. I feel like she gets some free real estate, like, on their board.
Yeah. Well, like, I wasn't really featuring her because she was so background to me. But I feel like the last episode, she kind of emerged in a way that the others started to sink. So I was like, okay, well, give this girl another chance. She's here.
You're like, she is cosmic. Morgana, who's also Cosmica.
Have we done that at all this season? I don't remember.
I feel like I do it in my soul always.
Yeah.
Like any name, like Lena, who's also galore.
I love it. I love it so much. So Priscilla informs the queens that they are now at the half point of the competition. And we open up the library. What do you think about it being opened up here?
I mean, I feel like halfway point is good. Like, I feel like that's like minimum.
Yeah.
Like that or later. But I also feel like Snatch Game and the reading challenge being aligned in one episode also makes sense.
Yeah.
For some reason, I feel like that happens a lot.
They're very hand in hand.
Yeah.
So they introduce a new pit.
Foreshadowing. Hand.
Oh my God, not the hand.
Very mono.
I hate it so much. They introduced this new Cubby pit crew member who's now in rotation, and I am obsessed with him.
And he can be in my rotation.
Absolutely. So this reading challenge was interesting. The girls didn't really start out very well because it starts with La Prada, who literally was just talking and saying stuff.
La Prada just saying stuff, and then everyone like, hey, why don't we all shit on La Prada?
It was so funny because I remember last week we had talked about the masterclass where La Prada started out and she's like, well, let me tell you all the 3-minute story about how I don't wear blonde wigs.
And Lashiva immediately starts having an emotional breakdown. Like, she is at her wit's end the second she starts trying to speak.
The Morgana grabbing her hand has been stuck in my head nonstop since you showed that to me.
I feel like that is like a rotted like reaction image. You know what I mean?
No,
like
stop.
her
Don't
just
do
like
that.
putting the hand on it. Like I feel like that is something you would see on rotted gay Twitter of like as some stupid reaction. You know?
I need to save it because it's so good.
I hate that WoW Presents Plus has that anti-piracy thing where I can never screen record and it just or screenshot.
Yeah.
Because there is so much absurd things I see when I'm watching the international seasons.
So many.
That I want to screenshot or screen record for the memory of it. And I can't.
Yeah.
Because they think I'm trying to pirate it.
I loved how everybody just whacked at La Prada here because it was so funny. They did La Prada's in full. They were like, let's get this bitch out of the way. And then they intersperse everyone. It'd be like, here's a read from Lena. Here's a read from Shiva. Here's a read from Sylvana. And then they'll just rotate through all of them. And they just did a montage of every girl whacking at Prada.
Literally a 1x1. And it's like, it was literally like a read and then like a slap or like a
whip sound.
Literally, or like a Batman like kung fu sound effect, and then her like just taking a hit.
It was funny. I do feel like a lot of these jokes were maybe mistranslated. Because there was one joke about Shiva.
If you see me in the playback, you hope I go. What? You mean it's not perfectly translated?
There was a joke about Shiva and April, like the month, but it had to have been some really clever wordplay that got lost, you know?
I think so, but I feel like truly like it was like, I don't know, the translation for this whole season sort of felt like when you are like using like that weird like you're taking a foreign language class and then you have that one weird dictionary that's like not like the actual one that you're using, but it like is supposed to be like a perfect translation dictionary.
Totally.
And then like I had this one in when I was learning Spanish. And it was like, oh, it says like this is the word for like meat.
Yeah.
And then my teacher looks and they're like, I mean, kind of. That's really like the translation for like tendon.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like the entire dictionary is that where like nothing is actually the right word.
Yeah.
I feel like they used that to translate this.
Completely.
They went one by one into like a 1980s Italian American like pocket dictionary for like travelers.
Uh-huh.
And they used that to describe the whole season.
That's so funny. You know what's interesting? Little fun fact. Speaking of American and Italia crossover. So spaghetti westerns, the reason why they're called that is because like 6,000, I think, westerns were filmed in Italy because it was so cheap to do so. And they were able to use a lot of the landscape there to make it look like somewhere in the Texas Great Wild West area.
That's kind of fab.
And I think one of the very first producers that made a Western like blow up that featured Clint Eastwood, I think, was an Italian man who literally spoke no English.
I think it'd be kind of fab to be in Italy shooting a Western.
Right? You're like, we're filming this American
I would be
film
a cowboy
here.
in Italy.
Yeah, that'd be fierce. That's the episode title. Being a cowboy in Italy. So Sissy wins that mini, and the maxi is announced as the Snatch Game. What'd you think about Paolo's Carrie Bradshaw?
Girl.
It was so funny. She looked like Lakeisha Lubamba.
Literally Lakeisha Lubamba down. Did someone say that?
Someone said it, I think, 2 episodes later at the roast.
Oh, yeah.
They kept mentioning her Lakeisha Lubamba era.
Girl, it was crazy because it was like, I feel like part of the like appeal was because she was like speaking English.
Yeah.
And she was like an English speaking diva.
Yeah.
Being diva in English. But being a diva who speaks English as her first language, hearing it, I was like, this is crazy. Because it was literally just someone like that.
It was great, though.
It wasn't even like that Valley Girlish. It was like, yeah. Like, it was crazy.
It was mush mouth.
A little mush mouth.
But I lived.
But I loved that wig. I loved the...
It's so rotten.
With the banana girl.
With the banana. Banana.
Listen, it was kind of like I hated it, but I also loved it, and it was like a necessary like evil.
Totally.
And I feel like she's been such a hoot all season that I'm willing to forgive it.
Yeah.
Like I can forgive your tomfoolery because you're fun.
I think he's fun. He's a key.
Yes. And do you like him more than Tommaso Tommaso?
Oh, infinitely. I liked Tommaso Tommaso season 1. I thought he was brilliant. And then season 2, he just looked pissed to be there. Like, he looked so mad every single week. I'm like, girl, get out of here.
He hated being there. They hated him.
Yeah. It was very clear he was unhappy. So they do a little walkthrough. And I'm going to skip that because I have a thought that I want to share with you. They do their walkthrough, and then they're getting ready to do Snatch Game, and they're getting mic'd up. And they pretend like there's a problem. And they're like, oop, we have to fix a mic thing. And I thought, this is so weird. I wonder why they're sending in this crew to go do the miking and why they're showing it to us. I fully was like, because Sipario kind of looks over and it flashes on her. I fully thought like, oh, Sipario's about to get DQ'd. Because during the walkthrough, Kiara's there. And he's like, here's what I'm going to do for my character. And grabs her boob and goes, womp, womp, womp. Did you catch that? He like pinches her boob like 3 times. And I'm like, oh, Kiara probably went backstage and was like, get that F out of here right now. And so I thought like, they're going to DQ this bitch. They're going to be like, you sexually harassed and assaulted the judge, so you're out of here. Like, I fully thought she was gone. You're gagged.
I'm a little gagged because I actually do remember that moment now that you bring it up.
You blocked
but
it out.
I did think okay, until I realized it was once I saw the disguise, I knew the gig was up.
Yeah.
Once I saw what was happening, but at first when they were just like, oh, like pinning it as like a little like behind the scenes tea moment, I was like, something crazy is about to happen.
Yeah.
I thought someone was going to say something thinking they were on ice or like thinking they weren't mic'd. And they were going to say something crazy.
Oh, like it was going to be some crazy tea spill.
So, yeah, some like wild tea is going to get like spilled. I was a little disappointed, but
yeah.
at least they didn't get picked up like Miley Cyrus.
T. So this crew member that's remiking them is Tiziano Ferro, who we talked about this pre-recording. He was the one who was in the video message for the Raffaella Cara musical that they did in season 1. And he was like, I'm going to be a guest judge. I'm so sorry that I can't be here. I really want to, but I'm on a tour and I think he was in the US at the time.
Booked and blessed.
Like, yeah. He's like, get me out there. I want to do this. Like, call me. And I thought it was so cute that he had his full circle moment, that he finally got to be here.
And very central.
Yeah.
Did Priscilla host the first two?
No, Tommaso did. Tommaso hosted both.
Oh, no wonder.
That's why I made all those jokes when we did Germany, that Diane Brill was the actual host, because in Italia, Tommaso was the male one doing all the things. And then we have Barbie Breakout as the non-binary host of the Snatch Game. So I'm like, Diane Brill's the actual host.
Barbie breaking out of norms.
Exactly.
Barbie breaking down walls.
She's so fierce. But yeah, he hosted the Snatch Game and then gave great critiques on the runway.
They were really invested, and I appreciate that because you get a lot of people like, oh, I'm so excited to be on Drag Race. This is my dream. And that kind of just translates into them like giving a couple like really like gay comments on the runway and like clapping and like looking excited like a lot, like looking like excited acid Betty like whenever like they say they're about to like lip sync or something.
Totally.
But like I thought they were genuinely very invested in trying to critique and propel these queens forward in their mind as much as they could.
Yeah, I loved him. He was wonderful. So the characters for Snatch Game, we have Layla Yarn as Il Testone, otherwise known as Big Head. What'd you think about the
Big old head?
Big old head. What'd you think about this statue?
We were... I forgot their name. Oh, this is rotted.
Sipario, Lukisha Lubamba, Sissy Lee,
Stop.
Miss Mosu. Did you see Van painted by Paolo?
Wait, Van Gogh?
Yes. She looked like Miss Mosu.
Painted by Paolo Perfection?
Yes. My friend and winner of Canada's Drag Race Season 6 got painted by Paolo Perfection and looked like Miss Mosu.
That is Van?
That's Van Gogh, painted by Paolo.
That is Miss...
That's Miss Mosu.
Mosu.
Sorry, I derailed
us. Give it up. That is crazy. This is like brain rot.
Okay.
But I feel like we were getting like a Snatch Game version of Exodia, the Forgotten One or whatever from Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden One. The like Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster that's like the 5 cards and it's like the head and the arm and the leg and it's like split into the 5. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, and so she was the head
and then Sipario's the hand. I feel like we were like slowly moving into that. Exodia, the Forbidden One. I just Googled Yu-Gi-Oh! 5-card monster.
I'm so dead.
I feel like we were on the way there with
dead.
the Snatch Game because we had a disembodied head, we had a disembodied hand. I don't know. I'm kind of because we've been getting a rise of people doing like pieces of art.
Totally.
Like we
Mona
got
Lisa.
like I look like the Mona Lisa. Wait, we've had the Mona Lisa. Didn't someone do the Scream?
I feel like someone did recently. Yeah.
But like
That sounds familiar.
I don't know. We're getting pieces of art more so, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. It's not a celebrity.
Yeah.
There's millions of celebrities that haven't been done.
Literally.
Like, what are we doing? Although, we might be in an era of no Snatch Game. We had no Snatch Game for All Stars 11, and I don't know if we're going to get one for Canada's Drag Race.
Can I say that's fabulous? Let's take a break.
Know.
Let's take a break and make it mean something.
Yeah. Really, though.
Snatch Game used to mean something.
I would love if that went in the same rotation as all the other challenges. Like, why is Snatch Game the only compulsory challenge? It shouldn't have to be.
Let's make it like the election challenge and do it every 4 years.
When you get a really good cast who would be good at celebrity impersonation, drop it in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Like how there's like certain seasons with like seamstresses, there's like 3 balls.
Yeah.
A season with like a really funny cast, they do like a Snatch Game.
Totally. Yeah, that's what I think. I feel like this is the only forum where you could do something like a big head as your Snatch Game character, because we had Joffrey doing that penguin last year. So it's like, this is literally the only place you could do this, because no other host would like this. But Kiara and Priscilla, not that the others don't love drag, but like Kiara and Priscilla love drag. They don't care what you are doing. They will turn up to it. The most bullshit things have walked on that runway, and they're both like, amore.
So you're saying that as that penguin, Joffrey was doing the highest level of drag.
The highest level of drag, you're doing it right here. You were born to do drag. Yeah, I was, actually. That's exactly what I was saying. And I think this head was too. This is the highest form of drag. And I think that this is the only place you could get away with that.
That kills me. They're like, you know, this wouldn't go over well anywhere else, but I'm at Drag Race Italy, and they're just stupid here, so I'll do it. I'll cut up here.
Dark-sided. Then we have Silvana as Sabrina Farilli. What'd you think?
Sabrina.
You were looking at
Sabrina the Teenage Farilli. Am I
you
right?
were looking at me like Eureka and Vixen at the reunion. Was fully what you were just giving me.
Literally how I feel.
You fully looked at me like that.
Dead. I mean,
You
Silvana's
did both faces.
literally feeling like that right now.
Dead. Sorry.
I was just literally all I was gonna say is Silvana's a funny woman.
Yeah.
I like Dee Dee.
I like Silvana. She had them laughing.
Yeah, I mean she's funny, and I mean sometimes it's like even if I don't like laugh immediately, like just reading the subtitle, like seeing them all laugh, I'm like, oh, this is cute.
Yeah. I think Drag Race Italia is a perfect example that Snatch Game doesn't have to be cringe. They purposefully make it cringe in other places. Like Priscilla and Kiara are laughing at stupid bullshit. They love it.
Dumb doo-doo butt bullshit.
And didn't they also have Paolo here too? I swear they also had him hanging out. I'm pretty sure he was. They were turning up to everything. So I'm like, see, Snatch Game doesn't have to be awful. They make it purposefully
It
bad.
doesn't have to be like this.
We have Lashiva as Juana Marchi. Say it.
She was annoying. She was talking over people. I really hated her. She
bothered me. She bothered the other girls.
But you know what? It came out of a place of insecurity. It's because she's a broken person and she's got so many demons and so many insecurities, and she just needs to break through that. But it's okay. I see that. I know that's why you're like this. I know that's why you're annoying.
Tiziano ripped her
I'm
apart.
like immediately starting to cry. It's not funny, but like
It's
it
not.
literally was crazy. Like he said that, she was like, oh, like
He was going so in for no reason. Like, why was he so hateful?
Okay,
But it
'cause-
was fierce at the same time.
imagine like the alternative is like you're just giving like pissed off Vivian Panay mug, like standing there like when she gets double eliminated, and she's just staring them down. Like, of course, why wouldn't it be? Like, you either like be vulnerable and give them the breakdown, or you just Stare.
Yvonne Nightstand thinking she was gonna bottom that week.
Stop. Angry
Piss.
Yvonne. You just angry Yvonne them. You, oh my God. Ovi can't. What?
I really hated this character. I will say I thought it was not funny. And I think that because she started at a 10 and just stayed there, it never had levels. So, like, I get what Tiziano is saying, but also, like, he did not have to go in like that.
No. He was acting like she gave, like, Snooki wanna smush. I guess I can't even say it. Snooki wanna smush. Smoosh smoosh. Snooki wanna smoosh. But yeah, it was crazy work.
Right? It was. Then we have La Prada as Volatina Creation. Can I say? This was my winner.
Okay.
I loved her stupid little, like, frazzled, whiny voice. She sounded like that guy in Monsters, Inc.
Stop.
When he's like,
stop.
Sorry.
Rainbow's assistant or whatever.
The one who gets run into or
Oh
something.
my God.
Sounded like him. The one that talked like this the whole time.
Because it sounds like she was like an internet personality or something. And usually a character like that
It's
doesn't do well.
Yeah.
She did quite well, I thought. I thought she was quite solid, but I feel like we're in a universe that does not feature La Prada.
Right.
So I don't think featuring La Prada was on the dossier. But I feel like it at least was not bad.
Well, and I didn't really feature La Prada until this week. And then I was like, wait, she's kind of waking it up for me.
Well, she actually got murdered, skinned alive,
Scandaloved.
cooked, jerked, like
Just an hour
fed
before.
to her family, like by a cannibal cult, and then like, yeah, like it was rough. So she came back from that reading challenge with some kookiness, with some fun, with some lightheartedness.
Well, and what I talked about with her masterclass and with her reading, La Prada is someone who just wanders in her conversation. And I feel like this character was such a good play to that strength because she could wander and not really go anywhere. But because her character is meant to do that, it's just like, yeah, so anyway, I thought I would just go and do this thing, but then I didn't want to, and then I ended up in the mall, and so I just wrote anus. You know?
and then I feel like the voice, like, because of it, the impersonation had like a somewhat natural sense of like time restraint baked in.
Totally.
Because you can only do that impersonation for so long before your voice runs out. So it's like there's a natural like, okay, wrap it up.
Right. Totally. I loved it. She was my winner. And then we have Lena Galore as Amanda Lear, who, if you'll recall, Punani did Amanda Lear in front of Amanda Lear in the France 2 Snatch Game.
Yes.
Which
was fabulous.
It was. We don't really get international crossovers like this.
And it's also funny because I didn't know who Amanda Lear was. Mm-hmm. But I guess Europe in general is aware of Amanda Lear and her work.
And isn't she the reason why Amanda Tears is named that? I thought
Amanda Lear, Amanda Tears, like Delta Burke, Delta Work.
We were joking about that. I don't know if she actually is. But we thought that.
Amanda Lear. You're doing the Ricola like voice basically.
I live.
That is crazy. I will say Punani's like kind of shut it down.
Totally.
So this was good, and I'm also a Lena lover, so I'm not gonna do too much on her.
Sure.
But I do think that Punani's was better.
Totally. I do feel like even though I don't really know her other than what we saw in France, I feel like Lena's answers seemed really studied, and she seemed like she knew what she was doing. The judges seemed to be entertained by it, even if I didn't know who she was. And then we've got Sissy Lee as Patrizia Reggiani.
Is that Lady Gaga?
It is.
In House of Gucci?
Oh, I thought you were making it funny.
No.
I thought you were being...
Is that Lady Gaga?
I thought you were being silly.
Sees any Italian woman. Is that Lady Gaga? I think she would appreciate that as an Italian woman. Patricia.
Patrizia Reggiani?
Is that not Father Son House of Gucci?
Maybe. This was before,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. That's who Lady Gaga played.
Oh, cool. What'd you think about Sissy?
Sissy?
Sissy.
I mean, I like the character. I thought it was fun. Am I like delusional in that I never feel like Sissy Lee does as bad as they're saying she's doing?
Yeah. I would agree with that. I think she's always somewhere kind of right in the middle. And that is where she was here. She was just kind of like mid.
It was very mid, very safe.
Yeah. She was a little one note, though. That is the only thing.
Yeah, I mean, also, I will say, if you think about Lady Gaga's portrayal of this woman...
I haven't seen the film. So is it good?
I haven't seen the film. I've seen like a 10-minute like compilation of her best scenes, and I love it. I can't do the accent, but I love the like the I'm not even gonna try to do it, but that accent she does. And then, like, that's also, like, I just love what it means because it's, like, Gaga in her acting era. Drinking prop wine and getting drunk off of it. And, like, you know. So I feel like knowing, like, that character can be a little bit, like, more, like, fun and crazy.
She could have pushed it.
Yes. Ooh, push it. baby.
And then we have Melissa Bianchini as Giacomo Ortiz. I think is... This yes. What'd you think?
Eureka Vixen again. How do I say this? I feel like there's often a character like this on Snatch Game nowadays.
Totally.
This feels like a norm on modern Snatch Games, this type of character.
Sure.
End of commentary. Love Melissa Bianchini.
Yeah. Well,
compliment question.
I got your writer. Compliment question. What I felt about this was she seemed like a more traditional Match Game contestant. I've watched a ton of the Match Game just out of pure amusement.
Yes.
And there's always some diva on there who's like, oh, I can't tell you my answer. It's so crazy. I wrote down beach party. And they think they're like the cat's pajamas, even though what they said was not funny.
They think they're like the comedian.
Yeah. And usually the host is like, okay, great, moving on. And they're just giggling and they'll write down something similar.
They're Alyssa.
Yeah, fully. I felt like that was a lot of Melissa Bianchini here, thinking that it was like a character who thinks they're being really funny.
And like,
so it felt real to me. I don't know.
Realness.
It was realness.
Real is what you feel. Feelings aren't real.
Yeah, but it wasn't like good. You know? But it felt real.
Sometimes realness doesn't need to be good because it's real.
Yeah.
Because reality is bad.
Reality is a perception. Reality is just a
It's
thought.
a flashback to the future.
It's Electro Cabaret. And then we have...
Morgana Cosmica would do Electro Cabaret.
She would, and I would live.
When they're like, Morgana, like, we don't know, like, what, like, who she is, like, what she's, like, we haven't seen her merch. She's like, it's because I haven't done Electro Cabaret yet. I haven't had the chance to do Electro Cabaret. If you came to one of my shows and saw my Electro Cabaret work, you would know who Morgana is.
And what's Electro Cabaret? It's whatever I want it to be.
Period.
And we have Sipario as Mono Drag. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. What did you think about her Kimora Hall suit? Thinking that she was going to get green screened out of the production.
So now make that make sense.
Do you think she went to a producer and was like, hey, babes, so I have this green morph suit, and I'm going to wear this. I might sweat through the whole thing from chest to groin. I may sweat through it. But if I wear this, can you guys green screen me out of the production so that I'll just be a floating hand? And someone in production was like, oh, yeah, we got you. Don't you worry.
Can I be dumb?
Yeah.
don't you need to be in front of a green screen for that to work?
You do.
Like, it's not an invisibility cloak. Like, they would need to, like, composite, like, there would need to be an image of the Snatch Game set without her there.
Totally. And all the queens on it.
And then somehow blend that with her there in the green suit and somehow blend the two.
They would have to film Snatch Game on one camera and then have her off on another sound stage in front of a green screen.
Okay, so would
and then morph her into
the implication of like, okay, we're gonna need to get some B-roll of everyone but Sipario so we can get the set uninterrupted so that we can add her in later as like.
And also, we need a fully green Snatch Game set. Can we just cover all that in green velvet so we can remove it in post?
Like I am not going to pretend to begin that I am a video editor. I know anything about the artistry of green screen. But I know that when Kimura did it, she was in front of a green wall. So I'm a little confused. Like, it's like if I close my eyes, I'm invisible.
Very that. I want to know what was done or said. Because didn't she say something on the runway later, like, or they told her, they were like, I don't think you realized that we could see you.
I was supposed to ask her if the bus was still running. But she asked me if the bus was still running.
I'm dead. I thought it was awful. I thought this whole thing was awful. And the secondhand embarrassment of the romper room shenanigans of her going to the back of the stage and just like touching everybody. She put her hands on someone. She squeezed Sylvana's boobs. And Sylvana was like, ooh, yes, hand, yes.
She's been squeezing a lot of boobs, eh?
I thought that's why she was going to get DQ'd. I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't find a single thing she did funny. Like, this is not a funny character. And then also, her sweating through the whole green suit. I'm just like, Mama, come on.
That's
please.
Realness.
That's realness right
there. That
is
the realness.
I felt bad. I'm like, damn, the sweat from the neck all the way down.
It just like something didn't click for me because if you're a hand, like, why are you talking?
Yes. What was that Yu-Gi-Oh card?
If you
If you're the hand of the unknown presence.
If you're 1/5 of Exodius, the forgotten or forbidden, why are you talking? Like,
why
give it a
you
rep.
talking?
Why, Rue? What's a little Edie? Like, I don't know what was happening because then like her characterization was like, I'm a puss woman. Like, I don't like. It was like when like her characterization when she talked was like when Trinity was like the devil and she was just gay.
Oh,
It was like the hand if the hand was gay.
With some clacking nails.
Yes.
And so then our runway category. Oh, well, hold on. Back spot. Reverse that. Strike that.
Oh,
what did
Chad.
you think overall of this Snatch Game? Yeah. I didn't like it.
Yeah, because there wasn't like, I'm not going to remember who.
I think it's
Sylvana, right? It's like even Sylvana, who was pretty good. Like, I don't.
Sylvana, who's also De La Mayana.
So true. I like even have a hard time remembering like some of the beats of her performance, even though it was funny, you know?
Yeah.
And there are ones like España. There are certain Snatch Games that stick with me.
Yeah.
I still think of freaking Sagittarius, like Catholic woman.
Yeah.
That she did the first
Satine
season.
pulling out the chicken.
There's just like certain ones that stick with you, but
Cornella and Vinea fucking.
yeah,
giving
just
handies.
flirting and fucking. But like, I don't think there's anything from this Snatch Game that's really gonna stick with me, other than Sipario in the green screen bodysuit
doing something nuts. So the runway category this week is called Twist, where I guess the idea is that it's supposed to be multiple looks or 2 looks, but they don't specify that it's supposed to be any particular thing. Just a ta-da twist.
Just ta-da. Just
Ta-da.
woohoo.
I did a little bit of research only on one because I was interested in figuring out why Bouchetta Boulay was back.
Girl.
Silvana de Mayana does a reinterpretation of Venusia, who is from a 70s manga and anime called UFO Robot Grenadizer. So
None
she's
of
one
those are a
them.
boule.
Well, no. But she is. Is she not giving me Swan again?
She is absolutely bouleed down. This is the bouliest boule that I have seen.
You could put her right next to Irma Gerd and say that was the Boulets before they got on Dragula.
Oh
Do you
my
remember Irma's Boulay look?
Yes.
That's the Boulets.
This was them in the 1980s with Suzanne Barch.
In the limelight. We were up down to some candy corns. Did anyone stand out to you from this runway? Because I have two that I loved.
I mean, oh. Who were the three?
Who was the three?
I actually did kind of like Lashiva's.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't like what was under the hat, but I liked
It was her face.
But I liked the idea of being under a hat.
Oh, sure.
I liked being under a hat.
Kelly Karen checked off for today.
Even if I didn't like the look itself.
Sure.
I thought that was a fun, like, ooh, rabbit under a hat suppressa.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cute and fun. And then I thought Melissa's was very cool and impressive.
That was so cool.
I didn't understand. Well, I mean, no, there were twists. There were twists and turns. But I guess it was a different, like, it was more so like the twist was like the theatrics of it versus like a something into something kind of thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought hers was also cool.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Lena's was really dope.
It made my jaw drop.
I just didn't like the color.
Really?
The color palette.
It was Vespa Queen to me.
I get that. I got Crash Test Dummy.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
Because she had the yellow and black like body, but when the skirt was down, it just it gave me Crash Test Dummy. I didn't get bees like they were saying.
She mentioned something in her runway walk about a Pokemon, so I assume that she was referencing Vespa Queen.
I mean, that's gorge. That's gorge.
I loved how I don't understand how this all works. I mean, even understanding fashion a little bit, I don't get how that works.
This looks like a paper lantern, like craft project, like not like derogatory craft project, but like it looks like a weird like paper origami thing that you buy at like the market.
Oh yeah, and then like, you twist it.
Yeah, and they're like, these were handmade.
What's wacky is this had to have been a lot of math to figure out how many inches each one of these panels needed to be so that when she elevated the skirt up to a certain height that everything would cascade correctly underneath it. Like that would have to be a ton of math.
Yeah, and even just like understanding the construction and like how that's made and held together in a way that it can do that is like very interesting to me because obviously like we both understand like sewing a garment, but I don't understand stuff like that in sewing a garment. Yeah. And like keeping track of like that's also like I kind of appreciate in sewing. Obviously you're supposed to be exact, but sometimes you can kind of like you can cut it a little off, you can sew it a little off, but that is the kind of thing where it is really like down to the measurement. Totally. And that is so interesting.
Yeah, the other one that I really loved, my third, and because the story and the queer history, we talked about this before, I really liked the Prada's tribute to William Dorsey Swann, who I read was an African-American born into slavery and was the very first person in the U.S. to lead a gay resistance group and also identified as a drag queen. And may have been the very first coining of that term. Because I think they referred to themselves as a queen of drag. They're the queen of drag. And then they transform into La Veneno, which I also really appreciated. I don't understand the correlation, but you know what? I appreciate the commentary on important queer figures. Because as we discussed last week, it seems like queerness is not the most kosher thing. Miss
Is
Kasha.
it what?
Is it Kasha?
Is it what?
It's Kasha.
Is it what?
I think it's a cool commentary on something that may not get a lot of reach. You know?
That is true. And yeah, I mean, kind of like Barbie and Naomi's conversation in Germany. Like, I think it's reassuring to see younger people like sharing and wanting to be invested in like spreading queer stories like that.
Totally.
There's something nice to know that like the younger girlies are still interested in, you know, sharing these people and representing these people and bringing them alive on the runway.
Yeah. Something special about that. We need to keep our queer history alive. So after critiques, Priscilla tells Lena that some of them don't have the cards to stay. And Lena's like, ugh! And she says, but not you, you're safe. And laughs. And I'm like, this bitch is fucking with them this season. Priscilla is committing mental warfare.
She's having a who, honestly. I feel like she's having the best time this season.
Totally. And then Sissy is called as the first bottom to lip sync. Silvana is called as safe, but then calls her back and says, actually, you're the winner of the challenge.
I was literally so confused when I watched it because I'm pretty sure they had already called everyone safe by that point too. So I was like, are they having a no-winner Snatch Game? Like, what's going on?
Drag Lexa.
Literally, they drag Lexa'd it because they had 2 people safe.
Yeah. I thought that's what it was going to be. I thought it was fully going to be like, no one won this week.
So, yeah. And after they also, like, praised the hell out of her. And then they called her safe. I was like, what is going on? Just be like, oh, yeah, by the way, you also are the winner. So strange.
It was. But again, Priscilla was living because she cackled. She thought it was so funny that she messed with this girl again.
She loves to play with the girls.
And Sapario is called as the other bottom too, with Shiva being safe, leaving Sapario and Sissy to lip sync to Vamos a Bailar Esta Vida Nueva by Paola and Chiara featuring Tiziano.
I will say, the song's kind of a bop.
Oh, it was so good. And he was living.
He was absolutely getting his best life, getting his jush.
Mm-hmm. Was it giving a little Morphine Dawn body to you? Because Sissy was in that super constraining dress and Sapario was wearing nothing. And it was like a pussy pop of a song.
For a song called What? We're Going to Dance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and yeah, she was trying to dance, but she was not giving much movement.
Yeah. Have you listened to Joey's new song, You Better Dance Homosexual?
I've heard a little bit of it.
I need to listen to it. I thought about it just a second ago. I did not know that Sapario could do all that. She was kind of turning it. Because I thought like, okay, she's dressed as a rabbit. She's probably going to like do something stupid. And then she busted out all these dance moves. And I was like, okay.
At least she wasn't just like doing like a... Yeah, like a point and like a hole.
Got a load of this guy.
Yeah, kind of lip sync. Yeah.
I also appreciated that she broke from her own choreography to help Sissy. Because Sissy was struggling with getting out of her costume again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's a really sweet sign of sisterhood that you were like, okay, I'm fighting for my life, but I will help you in this moment.
Sister was struggling, yeah, with that skirt.
Yeah. And I thought that was really sweet.
I feel like she kind of, because she like fell, right? She like kind of tripped. I feel like that kind of like sealed her fate there.
Totally. But I mean, they haven't really been living for Sissy for a while. She was bottom 3 for several weeks. I want to say she was bottom 2. If I'm not mistaken, she was bottom 3 week 1 and 2. And they finally made her lip sync in week 3. So like they've not been living for Miss Sissy Lee for a while.
And yeah, like I said earlier, they kind of every week have not really been like, I always think that she does better than what they're saying. But every week, even, yeah, when she's not in the mom, they're like, well, you were just like kind of unimpressive.
And after the lip sync, Priscilla commends them for turning it out despite being in very unpractical garments, were her words. And she also celebrates the spirit of sorority, which is another reason why I really like Priscilla. Even though I'm not clicking completely with this season, I just think Priscilla's a great host. Rue would never commend something like that. Rue'd be like, thanks, ladies, for the show. Sissy, you're out. Bye.
You're like, RuPaul would go, woo.
Brava. Brava. And Sissy is out here. I feel like she dodged a lot of bottom placements, but like you said, I don't know if she was always doing the worst out of the group. And she leaves saying, I had so many things to show you still. Like arson, perhaps. Oh, like fire, for example. And I thought that was so funny. I'm like, you better threaten them with arson.
The doctor with the lava? I was so dumb. I had a Lifetime's Are What They Used to Be moment when she was talking about that. Because I was like, what the fuck is she talking about? And I just thought she meant like, maybe I need to watch these episodes sober. I thought she was like, I had so much more to show you, like my will, like my fire.
Like fire underneath my ass. No, I took it like arson.
Yeah, like I was going to light this place on fire.
Yeah.
That's fiercer to me.
Or like, now that I am not here, maybe I'll show you fire.
Yeah, no, I like that
Yeah,
more.
yeah,
The
yeah.
doctor with the lava.
The doctor with the lava. And so then we moved to episode 7 called A Rhythm of Drag.
This is a rhythm of the drag. They haven't done that song before, have they? I mean, there's like 8 lyrics, but
Yeah.
it's a 7-word chorus.
And they are broken up about Sissy, which do you remember in week 1 when they were praising out, they were like, yay, Adriana's gone. I'm like, in a couple weeks they're going to be sobbing. And here they were broken up about Sissy being gone.
I mean, that's motherly.
The next morning, Sylvana comes walking in and says she slipped in the tub. And this becomes her plot point for the next couple episodes. Her growing bruise on her butt cheek. Were you grimacing and low-key like throwing up in your mouth over this? Because the girls were. Every time she talked about it, it would cut to a B-roll of the girls being like, bleh.
I mean, like,
Retching.
I want to hear about that.
Sure.
I mean, like, if I had it going on with me, I'll probably keep it to myself.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just like to each their own. Some people
Sure.
find healing and validation in sharing. I find healing in keeping it to myself and
Totally.
locking that away.
Totally.
But you know, you better feature that booty butt. You better feature that ailing booty butt.
I did feel kind of bad because she is like, I fell, I'm in pain. I really hope we don't have to do anything physical. And then Priscilla's like, hey, everybody, dance day.
You're like, let me see you sweat.
For the mini challenge, this is where it really started to wake up for me. Because in the last 2 parts of this season that we've discussed, I've really now been living. Because I loved Italia 1 and 2. And 3, I'm like, I don't know, it's not clicking yet. It was right after Snatch Game. It was right as soon as the curtains closed on Snatch Game that I started feeling it. And then this week, I was having such a blast.
This week, Madame LeQueer's ankle.
Went cleek.
It all went cleek.
They have 10 minutes to get into this quick drag, and then they have to do this 1, 2, 3 star game, which is basically red light, green light, but with a twist because they have to pose. But also, wasn't this when Squid Games was starting to get a lot of social media traction?
Oh, like yes, totally, the little doll. It was funny because it was that, but they had to be like what, like sultry?
Yeah,
When
they had to be
stopped.
sexy, and whoever Priscilla thought was the sexiest, then she would keep them.
I will say, I kind of loved whenever like someone would be in a ridiculous pose and be like, you can't tell me this isn't sexy. You can't tell me this isn't sultry.
And Priscilla would be like, okay. My favorite was when, I think it was Lena did this weird pose and she almost got eliminated. But Priscilla was like, okay, go to the next one. And so then the very next frame, Lena sticks her whole finger in her mouth and is like, ooh, this is sexy.
Literally.
I
Literally
died.
like, oh, you want sex? I got you. I got you, girl.
Died. It was so funny. And then when she was eliminated, she says, you don't know anything about art. I died. It was so funny.
She gave it.
She did. There were a lot of girls that were hilarious in here. I thought Melissa was also funny because she like turned and her butt moved. And Priscilla was like, you moved. And she said, I can't help it that I got all this Brazilian baggage. Slapped her ass.
I honestly feel like this is like a very like Philippines ass
Totally.
mini challenge. Like there's Italy does it, Spain does it. I feel like there's just a certain joy in making these girlies get in 10-minute quick drag and just do like a foolish little like children's game.
Totally.
Like you're playing red light, green light. You're playing like cultural like children's game. Like I don't know. I think that's kind of a hoot.
Yeah, me too. I think it's great. This was the most fun I've had with this group so far. And yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I really liked it. And Sapario wins. She's been getting all the mini wins. She's being set up like a Nalenia, because Nalenia won all her minis too. She won a bunch of those.
She's Nalenia Matilda.
You're so right.
Detox.
You're so right.
The mini challenge slayer.
And the maxi this week is a dance challenge. The pit crew guy comes out, who has huge tits, by the way. And he's got all these different dance styles that are wrapped around his body. And they have to go in order and remove a name from his body.
That was kind of crazy.
Why was it so erotic?
It was a little crazy. And like they didn't show all of the ones where they were like, the ones that were like closer, like the thigh and stuff. They didn't always show them unwrapping. I was like, girl, what went down?
They were just like,
it was just like, it was a little like not uncomfortable, but it was like
a little bit.
It just like the way he was just like standing there, like not scared, but like
a little worried,
a little apprehensive of what is about to go down.
Well, and they did like one zoom in on his toes, and you could tell that he had not gotten a pedicure before, and so he was kind of like doing that foot curl thing where you're like trying to make your toes disappear. But he couldn't because they're flesh against concrete, and he was like just wiggling them, like kind of crunching them, like, please don't look at my toes. Please don't look at the nails. I didn't get a pedi before this.
But it's like, if you don't want me to look at your toes, and I've done this before when I've worn like sandals, I'm like, damn, my toes look rough today. But like you curling your feet, like you're like trying not to shit yourself.
Yeah.
Is definitely going to make me look at your feet more
completely
than if your feet are relaxed.
So because Sapario wins, she gets to choose who goes next, and then each one of them sequentially choose who gets to go after them. So Sapario gets tango, Lena gets salsa, Shiva gets swing, Silvana gets bachata, which I didn't know what that was. It's a Dominican Republic dance. It's like a slow tango, and it's meant to be super sexy. Prada gets Valzir Viennes, which is basically a fast-paced waltz. Melissa gets hip-hop. And I know that they said Layla's a dancer, but also I would have not let Melissa go in any order. I would have made sure she was last. So I'm like, what was the strategy in letting her go before the last person?
Yeah, right.
Because imagine her having to do the Greek dance. It was sirtaki. Imagine her having to do that, because she kind of ate up the hip hop.
Yeah.
And I feel like Layla would have struggled a bit in hip hop.
Girl,
but I don't know what she would have
almost
picked.
Anyone else would have. I feel like Melissa was one of the only ones that had the dancing choreo sensibilities to pull off hip hop.
Yeah.
Compared to everyone else who like, they could have maybe done the more technical ones better. But I feel like Melissa's one of the only ones who could have pulled up hip hop.
Yeah. But like, what if Layla picked it so that she didn't get it? Who knows? I just feel like there was no strategy in letting her go in any number but last. It felt wacky to me. But they also said that they made sure Layla was last because she is a professional dancer. And I'm like, but also Melissa's got that rhythm deep in her soul.
Also, like, is Layla Yarn your biggest... not, I'm sorry, is that...
No, it's not able to say.
But I'm like, is Layla Yarn, like, the juggernaut that is gonna, like, wipe y'all's asses? Like,
yeah, Melissa's been in the top every week.
Like, I don't know. I feel that. Like, I just feel like, even if she's a technical dancer, like, whatever, like...
Yeah. I'd be like, her and Lena are the two biggest. Like, they seem like the biggest threats to win this.
Not too much. Biggest.
Then it gets to the get ready time where Shiva is pissing me off again because she comes for La Prada and calls her fake for being strategic and is messing with her. And I'm like, did you hear nothing from Tiziano last week? That Tiziano said your frustration comes from insecurity. Like, did you not absorb any of that?
it's
Come on,
rough
girl.
because like I don't know how I feel like it's not cute to be like I want to say like thank you everyone except La Prada, basically like
You
for
suck,
like
by
your
the way.
sisterhood.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like I understand the sentiment of like wanting to thank your sisters, but I would almost, if there's one person you don't feel it for as much, do you need to like single them out if they're like
Right.
not like an active like asshole? Because they're not saying like, oh, you're fake and you say one thing when the camera's rolling, one thing when it's not, or like you're just like shady and I heard you've been talking shit. They just said like you're strategic. And it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like I feel like there's always like an interesting vibe with like the younger, like very like Drag Race oriented queens
Totally.
on Drag Race who are very like, they are super like locked in to be on Drag Race.
Totally.
And like navigate it in a way that they feel is like the best way to do it. And I feel like that like rubs some like non-Drag Race oriented queens in that way, if that makes sense.
Totally.
Like where maybe they're not thinking about like how they're going to be on Drag Race in that way, and then they're around someone who is doing that the entire time.
Totally. Well, and it also comes out that through all of this, they're not even mad that she's being strategic in the sense of like, you're thinking about how to get us out of here. Prada just sticks to herself. Whether the cameras are on or off, she just does her own thing. And she even explains like, back years ago, I had a friend group and I found out that they all had a separate group chat where they talked about me specifically. And I just don't really trust people anymore. So I'm like, I felt worse because I'm like, damn, this girl got bullied by her friend group. And now she's in another situation and they're calling her names and calling her out. And she's just like left to deal with that.
Yeah, and I mean like it's tricky because like her thing just sort of reaffirms what they're saying of like it seems more that she's sort of like guarded and like distant versus like she's actively like being like hateful or shady.
Right.
And so for then her to be like, yeah, I'm like more guarded because of like what I've been through, that kind of just it's not like saying like, oh no, like you're wrong. It's her just being like, yeah, no, I am this way because this has happened. It's kind of like, oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
it feels bad.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I hate that I was right that you were guarded.
Yeah, I was like,
this.
after you just got shat all over last episode, too, because everyone's reading the hell out of you.
Wax on her. So it moves to the maxi, and it does skip a lot of just any tertiary stuff, which I really like this trend of the international seasons, skipping all the filler. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. Show me the challenge.
Le filler.
Le filler queen. Le filler queen.
Le Phil or Le Philippe?
Le Philippe is season 3 of France, right?
Have we watched that yet?
We have not yet. Not yet.
Is that on the dossier?
It is on the dossier. It's not for a while though, but it is
3
on the
years.
dossier. We have a lot coming up. We're about to get into the most inflated year of Drag Race.
Not that.
It's getting crazy out here. So Melissa is first. I am not a dancer, so I am super impressed by pretty much anybody moving rhythmically because, like, I cannot dance at all.
And can I say, I personally am more impressed what I was saying earlier about not everyone could have done this.
Yeah.
I think that hip-hop dancing is more impressive than a waltz or tango.
Completely.
I think I could learn how to do a waltz or tango.
Yeah.
I can't hip-hop dance.
No,
I
that's
can't.
rhythm.
That is rhythm. It's like the body movements, like
Musicality.
it's very different than like 1, 2, 3, lift your leg here, and it's
Totally.
like a little more like stiff and structured and like
Yeah.
like dancerly. Like in that way, I can do that type of dancing maybe with
Yeah.
training, but like I could not like do like a just like bombastic hip hop performance because. Also with hip hop, a lot of that is confidence.
Completely.
Whereas like with a waltz or a tango, it's more like technique and how it looks. So I don't know. It's I feel like that is one I'd be most scared to do of all
Completely.
of them.
Yeah.
It's
I would
the
not be able to do
reggae.
Can I get that reggae over there? I love that reggae, girl.
You know that.
Step like,
Yeah. I
You love that kind of stuff.
love that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's just like it it just is also more like impressive to me, like I said. So, and Melissa is impressive.
Yeah.
Any of the ones she did would have blown my mind.
Totally.
Honestly. She could have done the most boring one of them and have been like, wow, Melissa.
You did amazing. But no, yeah, I agree. She looked like she had been doing this for years. Like it wasn't rehearsed.
Yeah.
In a, I just learned this kind of a way. Then we have Sipario next, who I think it's kind of hard here. I'm trying to navigate how to say this kindly. So her style of dance, there's typically a larger man, right? Like a buff man, and then a petite woman.
Yes.
And that's the dragging of the feet. Like usually the buff man will like grab the woman and support her and drag her across the stage, and she's got her feet dragging. And it's like really sexual and sensual and all that. But the dancer is like half the size of Sipario. So Sipario has to play the male role in this dance.
Yes.
Which is tough because, like, that's not the breakout. The male role is typically the more boring one.
They're the anchor
Yeah.
to the woman who's doing flourishes and kicking their
Exactly.
legs up and, yeah, being the, like... Yeah, so I do get what you mean there. Of
It's
like,
tough. Like, I can't really judge her very hard in this challenge because she's not even getting the exciting part of the dance.
it's sort of like the straight man of the comedy duo.
It's the Dancing with the Stars. Like, you are the accessory dancer, not the celebrity that's supposed to be showing how good of a dancer they are. That they can break out of their celebrity role. Like, you're the choreographer, dude, essentially, who's, like, doing nothing. So it's like, it's not impressive what she did, but it's also not her fault. Because that's the way that the dance is structured. And they can't flop the roles and make the guy part more exciting. That's just not how that dance is built. So it's tough.
Did you live for her little mustache?
I did, actually. Because I thought she leaned into the bit well. I think she understood, like, I'm playing the dude. Like,
Yeah.
And I like that she kind of twisted it. So Sipario has this great magic where every time she has to do a challenge, she figures out a way to filter it through her own mind. Like when she got the design challenge, and I forget who the girl was that she got, but she was like, oh, and Linda Evangelista recently came under fire for being overweight and people were criticizing her. And so, you know, I want to filter that through my interpretation of people's body image perceptions. And she was like thinking about a way to use her own mind in that. And so here, her being like, oh, and you know, this style of dance, it's very homoerotic and is sometimes done with two men and da-da-da. So I'm like, you have a way with twisting the challenge to meet what you need in a good way.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And maybe that's why they love her so much.
Yeah, maybe. I think I can't really criticize her too hard again. And then we have La Prada next doing the waltz. She was definitely not the most light on her feet. But what I thought was great was her comedy. Because she was doing like the "Yeah, I'm gonna bang this guy afterwards."
Yeah,
like, we're gonna
but-
fuck.
I was also fascinated by her look. Was it like books on her head?
She did have books on her head. Oh,
Yeah.
no, it's a tiramisu. Because there's a little spoon.
Oh, I couldn't tell on my screen. I literally was like, I thought it was that thing where she's dancing and she's balancing books on her head.
Oh, yes. She said she was trying to go for a debutante ball. And she's like trying to get her Navy man. And so I thought maybe the cake on her head was, look at what I can do. I can balance this cake on my head. I think because she's not a very technically good dancer, she was smart to build up the comedy. I think that Rue would have lost it to this. Like, Rue would have loved this. But Priscilla is like, we're judging this on your dance talent and how perfect you were. And so, have fun in the bottom, bitch.
Enjoy that.
Yeah. And I thought the guy was funny too. He was leaning in on the comedy of it all. He seemed genuinely, maybe he was acting, maybe he was genuine. He seemed genuinely concerned, like, oh no, she's going to try to have sex with me and I don't want that. I'm gay. Please don't let it happen. Please don't flirt with me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that of like, I don't know if they had discussed things beforehand or what, but I thought the dancer was a very good sport with it all, and I appreciated that.
I thought she was very fun. It wasn't technically precise, but I had a good time with her. And I think ultimately in a dance, especially for a drag queen, I want to just have fun with you, you know? I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to just be fun.
And I do appreciate that because she had one of the most boring options of dances, so for her to try and do it in a funny way.
Yeah. Then we have Silvana with bachata. Why the fuck did Kiara, we were talking about this earlier, why the fuck did Kiara say, my fatty? What was that? What within the first 10 seconds of the dance starting?
Craziness. Like me when I look at my cat. My fatty. Like
My little chubbers.
that was wild work.
Totally.
I think I remember that more than I remember the dance itself.
Yeah.
I feel like her number was very like, okay. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe, I don't want to say it was it sounds shady to say, like the choreo felt accommodating. But like, it felt a little low key compared to some of the other ones.
I get that. She's also got a bruise that's the size of Mars on her hip. So, I mean, what is this poor old lady supposed to do?
Yeah,
she's in her 40s.
Fighting for her life.
She's about to die. RuPaul is pressing the life alert for her across the states. Like, help! There's an Italian down. She's at the Drag Race stage. Go get her. I did think that Silvana worked it out for what she was working with. Because she's got the sexy dance. And she's got a huge bruise on her hip. So, I mean, yeah, it was a little accommodating, but also... bitch is struggling. She's not even at full capacity right now.
For her life.
Exactly. And then we have Lashiva with Swing. This was kind of boring, yeah?
I felt that way. I would have wanted Swing because I feel like Swing is one of the riskier like choices.
Totally.
I think in terms of content and interest level. It's almost giving me like Coco Montrese's Charleston number. Like, if I had Swing, I feel like I would feel that way.
Yeah,
you know,
totally.
while I was doing it the whole time.
Then we have Layla Yarn with Sirtaki. I really liked her movement, but she was doing the sexy open mouth catching fly thing where she was like, chomp, chomp, chomp. And I'm like, I thought about, who was it, Aubrey O'Day, who was like, you do this sexy thing and you open your mouth. You don't have to do that to be sexy.
Well, and also, okay, not to drag her, but like...
do it.
If you are, like... Because her whole thing was that she was like a professional dancer. Mm-hmm. If you're a pro at something, shouldn't you be able to like control your face while you're doing it?
Ooh.
That is... But she did really good. She did great.
Who is she giving in the Moga tree here? Alexis St. Pete. Sorry, I got it right away.
Stop. Do you want it? Are you ready for this?
Tell me.
It's Sasha Velour painted by Alexis St. Pete.
Oh my God, you're so... It's because the unibrow.
Yeah. Alexis reads books. Shay turns looks.
Alexis St. Velour. Mm-hmm. And then we have Lena Galore with Salsa. I thought she was impeccable. And what I appreciated was the way that her body moved in a way that white people bodies don't always move, you know?
Her hips don't move the way a woman's hips should move.
Was that about Ginger?
It was about Miss Fame.
I could not remember who that was about. I just remember it was Jamal. Stop it. Where are you at in your watch? Because they were at 5 last we talked.
Girl, at fucking 16.
Jesus, how'd y'all get so far? Well, you're ahead of the game. Yeah. 16's in 2 seasons. We're doing Canada 4 and then season 16.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Take notes.
Take notes.
Wait, what were you just talking
Lena.
about? Okay. At the end, the way that like the joke was that he poured salsa.
I thought it was ketchup.
Because she said like, oh, girl, that's ketchup. That was a bottle of ketchup.
What was up with the ketchup?
I'm like, are those words interchangeable in your language? Like, did your 1980s dictionary say like salsa is ketchup? But it was literally that because like, just a hot dog bottle of ketchup.
Yeah,
just right down the gullet.
The gullet. That dancer was sexy though.
I would let him pour ketchup. No, actually, no, I wouldn't.
He could pour ketchup in my mouth.
I don't think I'd want that.
I wouldn't want it either, but I'd let him do it. And I thought she was great. Other than the ketchup, I did not like that part. But, I mean, I don't think she was bad. I was baffled at her bottom spot this week.
I was really confused about that. I mean, like, to be fair, no one did terrible. But I was...
Except for Shiva.
Oh.
Shiva was not good. I think she was genuinely the only one who was not good, in my opinion.
And she wasn't even... She wasn't even. Wait, was she bottom 3?
Shiva, I think, was safe.
La Seifa.
La Seifa. It was at this point, right before it gets to the runway, that this cute tatted judge takes off his jacket and gun show for no reason. And Priscilla looks over at him. I screenshot it because it was so funny. She's just staring and just looking. And the guy's laughing because he knows that Priscilla's checking him out. And Priscilla's a big buff dude out of drag.
I know.
Like, it was so ironic. But she goes, no, make yourself comfortable. As the girls would say, so talented.
I was like, what the hell is going on here? This is crazy. He was gorgeous, though.
He was.
He looked like if Adam Levine wasn't a piece of shit.
Oh, totally. Yeah, he's got that vibe. I could not tell who he was giving me.
He was that and someone else, but very pretty man.
Very. The runway category is Shine Bright Like a Diamond. And I thought this was a great opportunity to say Shine Bright Like La Diamond. Right? Okay, thank you.
Shine bright like La Diamond.
Shine bright like La Diamond. But I feel like they may have gotten a different prompt beforehand, like gemstones or jewels.
Sparkles.
Moonstones.
Bloodstones for glamorous girls.
Because both Lena and Melissa, who were my top 2 this week, both were doing like sapphires. They had that color.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
So I wonder if they got something different. And then even like Shiva's doesn't look diamond.
Or like stone. Yeah. Stoned. Sparkly.
Something like that. I feel like that's what it was. Did you have any standouts? I already shared mine too. Those were it for me.
The blues.
Yeah, I loved so much Melissa's. She said she was inspired by the ballerinas of Moulin Rouge. And I respect the hell out of anybody who will go on the Drag Race main stage so naked but so covered up. She has gemstones on every single inch of that netting. That is so gorgeous. During Untucked, when she was hugging the guest judge and talking with him, and she was just like ding 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 ding, sparkles everywhere. I'm like,
and that's like
nude.
top tier showgirlery.
Yeah,
of like being so naked but also being so jeweled, like somehow like achieving both of those at the same time.
Yeah,
like, that is glamour.
There's not 1 inch of her that's not covered in drag.
Yeah.
In my opinion. She looks great. And then Lena's was so stunning.
With the yellow hair, too.
The yellow hair was
contrast.
Great. She said she was inspired by Moisa Orfei, who is the queen of elephants. And I found the photo.
Cute.
Yeah, right?
But also you can see how much it's elevated, too.
Totally.
In Lena's adaptation of it. I honestly kind of loved Sapario's overcoat.
Oh, really?
I didn't love the disco jumpsuit under, but I loved
not
the giant tinsel explosion. I loved the volume and the presentation of it. But yeah, I would say Melissa's was definitely my favorite. And I mean, it was also just so satisfying because there's something so great about watching someone do great in the challenge. And then you get to the runway and they have the best runway and you're like, yes, yes,
yes, Stevie work.
She did it.
The winner of the challenge is then called as Melissa after we had both Shiva and Layla being called safe, which I do think, I mean, you know how I feel as of this point. I feel like they should have had Shiva in the bottom. I really don't think that she should have been safe. She was awful. And honestly, I think Layla could have been bottom because I think her runway wasn't great.
A bit of a miss. No, I get that.
Yeah. What did you agree with Melissa winning? I'm assuming
absolutely. Yes. I think Melissa was the clear winner for me.
Totally.
I just think I didn't agree with the bottoms.
Yeah, so the bottom 2 are Lena and La Prada, which I think is ludicrous.
I could have catch this tea. If you're gonna have La Prada in the bottom, why not have La Shiva in the bottom?
Thank you.
Because La Prada and La Shiva literally just had
an entire story moment.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think it would have squashed their beef. It would have been good for story. And Lashiva has been on a decline lately. So I think this would have been a good place to start that story.
Ooh.
I don't know. Because she lip syncs next week. Okay, decline with the feathers. Sorry. So then they lip sync to the song Up and Down by Billy Moore. There's this lyric.
Up and down. What?
Up and down on my body, make me feel your size, daddy.
Okay. This song was gay as fuck. Because there's like a girl's part, but then a guy comes in, he's like, "Ooh, daddy." Like,
Let me feel your size, daddy.
I was like, what is happening? Very gay song.
This was a series that literally eliminated someone for being blasphemous on this series.
And this song was very blasphemous.
I was gooped. I'm like, is this my same Drag Race Italia? Is this the same
Let me
one?
feel your size, daddy, on my Drag Race Italia.
I feel like they both gave a lot. They were both super fun to watch. And I really liked the levels of both of them. And I do think that Prada's biggest mistake is that mustache prop was hindering her a lot. And Priscilla hinted at that too. She was like, you're being eliminated because you had that mustache and we couldn't see your mouth. It's a lip sync.
I know that was her whole idea of the gag is like, I'm going to put this mustache on my face for the guy's part. But like, she didn't really do much.
No.
Whereas at least Lena was like moving her body more and like trying to give a more active performance.
Totally. It was very fun to watch Lena slay so hard, but she should not have been in the bottom at all because she was great in the challenge and her runway was flawless.
It made no damn sense to me.
And so then the last one we're talking about is called Death Drags You, episode 8. And at the very beginning, they quickly process La Prada's elimination. They walk in, they're like, "Oh, okay, well, she ain't getting any deader."
Oh.
All right. They just move on. They're like, "Oh, Prada." Erase the message.
They're
Goodbye.
like, well, her memories are honored by us lingering. Like,
what's next?
it was very that, like, well, let's keep it pushing.
It was crazy. Because last week they were sobbing over Sissy. And they didn't even cheer like they did when Adriana went home. They were just like, "Oh, okay."
No, yeah. I feel like it really spoke to just the really, like, we don't care.
Totally. Which feels bad. Because I don't think La Prada was a bitch or anything.
It's always interesting, like, you feel like you're missing a piece of it. Mm-hmm. When, like, I can get if you don't like someone because they're shady, but just, like, is there a reason you don't dislike them so much? Like, or, like, what are they doing? Like, what's actively happening?
Completely. Like, we're missing a piece of the puzzle. So the next day, Priscilla comes in and she tells the queen that they'll be celebrating the passage to a better life this week. And they do this long-standing bit, which I'm getting ahead of myself, but this long-standing bit where Kiara's not around. They don't have her bring the pin in for the mini. They start the maxi challenge. They're talking about how it's a roast of her. And they go to do their introductions. And I was literally sitting here the whole time like, did Kiara get sick? Did she take a vacation day, has some PTO, and they're doing an entire episode based around her and she's not even here? Like, what is this?
Could you imagine? She's in a face bikini at the end, like...
Green screened in.
She could.
And so I was pleasantly surprised she was there. But the mini is to make a video for an app themed after widows who are trying to reignite their love life. What do you think about this?
It was crazy because at first when they were introducing it, I thought it was going to be the season 5 challenge.
Where they had to cry.
But then no.
I died over Layla getting ready and she was like, what do people with wrinkles look like? Hey, Shiva, come here. Oh, on the forehead.
And everyone was like, oh.
That was so rotten.
Everyone was gagged. I mean, that was a little crazy. Loved her for that. But yeah, I mean, this challenge was a little insane.
Wasn't it?
I will say, see, I hate making generalized statements like this because, like, literally earlier today when I was like, I liked Pythia's mummy look on camera, you're like, but you said you didn't like Egypt looks. Because I made a blanket statement that I don't like Egyptian looks.
You did. You said, I am not enchanted fiercely by Egyptian numbers. I don't want to see them.
Love Egypt. Love Egypt. Love Egyptian culture. I'm just tired of seeing white women in like a black bob and like, I'm Cleopatra.
Show us that Cleopatra smile.
But yeah, I would, well, okay, because I was about to make another blanket statement, but I don't want to do it. Wait, what was I about to make a blanket statement about?
You were talking about the challenge.
I was just I started thinking about Cleopatra. I started thinking about Egyptian looks. I started thinking about ancient Egypt. What was the last thing we were just talking about? The challenge?
The challenge being a widow app.
Oh, I don't like blanket statement. It came back to me. I don't really like these ones where it's like a dating profile, because they've been doing a lot of them.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's like a farmer. Well, okay, I usually don't like them because it's an excuse for them to try and do trade, and I hate when they have to do a man.
Sure.
Or like a
SPNK.
yeah. I hate it. Do my brows. Something else. But like, I don't really like these like dating profile mini challenges.
Sure. At all. Period.
No. Well, blanket statement.
That's so fair.
Drag name.
Blanket statement. What I did like, though, the only one that I enjoyed was Shiva, because she took it like a dominatrix. She was so funny. I wrote it down. My husband suffocated with a fetish mask. I seek obedient, distinguished suitors, aware of their role. I'm a real master of drag femininity with a good foot size, 39 or 40. I'm like, please.
Mixed with completely unintelligible parts where even the queens are like, what is she saying? And the captions say like unintelligible. Like, it's like, it was literally like a mix of like, welcome to my home, like that voiceover from Devin Green. Like, it completely was that level of like insanity.
Yeah. But I lived. I'm like, she understood the assignment.
Honestly,
obedient suitors is so funny. God, I died. And then she says, I love to flaunt and annihilate, sodomize, disguise myself.
That sounds like something Miss Jade So would have said on Philippines. Like,
I am one of one. I like to flaunt, annihilate, sodomize, disguise.
It manifested.
I lived. I thought she was so funny because it read like a dating profile. Those ones, I know it's been a long time since you've been on the crazy apps, but like, you know, those dudes that just write way too much.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to say, I do remember being a gay on the gay apps.
You're not gay anymore.
Back when I was gay, if you humored to respond to someone over the age of 50 on the apps, their second message would be a paragraph.
Yes.
And they're like, hi, hello, I am good, thank you. Just sitting here looking at your images. I am very much appreciating your beauty. I'm just sitting here alone. I am in my 50s. I have a house and my passions are walking around the beach. I am very interested to get to know you and touch your body.
Fully that. Fully. I have 3 dogs. I like to do this. I like to do that. And
I
I'll
hope
do
it
that
is not
too.
too forward to say, but I'm very passionate about having sex done to your body performed by me. And if you're interested, let me know. Thank you.
And
Sorry,
also,
goodbye.
last thing, if you want me to pop your toes in my mouth, I'm willing to perform those services if you're into such things.
Yeah. I also am still married and I live with my wife, but I am available on Mondays. Yeah.
Fully that. I thought it was so funny. I thought it was great. Lena won the mini. What did you think about her using the ashes as setting powder and licking it? I gagged. I'm like, I know it's not that, but I'm gagging by the smell.
Dragula tea.
And the maxi this week is a roast of Kiara. So we just talked in UK 5 about how they did their roast and it was top 4. So what do you think about it being a little bigger? Is this a good enough size? Or would you have, because this is what I would like, I wish that they had swapped this challenge into last week and then done the dance challenge this week, because they could have cut one of those dances.
Yeah, one of those dances definitely didn't need to be there. I think this is around a good time for a roast, because like, I definitely don't like when it's a super small group of people. Like, I really like the season 5 roast.
There were like 7 girls in that, right?
And I think that was good, because if you watch like what channel is that? Comedy Central? Are they the people who do the roasts?
I think so.
Okay, Detox with the roasts. I feel like it usually is a bigger cast.
Yeah.
And that is, I mean, especially on the Comedy Central ones, they have like weird like stunt casting.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a cast of 7 people, there's not an assumption that all 7 of them are going to be funny.
Right.
But if you have a cast of 4 people and only 2 of them are funny, that's only half of your lineup.
Good
funny.
point. Yeah.
But then if you have 7 people and like 3 are funny, thank God there were
That's
7 of them. Yeah, you know, like I don't know. I just feel like it's better to have a buffer because even if it's like every other person is funny, like I said, if it's 4 people and every other person is funny, then that's 2 bad numbers, 2 good numbers.
Totally.
But like, if it's 7 and it's like the first one's great and that's and then another really good one and then and then another great one and then like a great closer, like either or, like I don't know. I feel like that's better.
Totally. I would agree. During the workroom get ready time, I really appreciated there was some storytelling that finally happened. I feel like we've gone through so many episodes where the girls are just like talking about nothing and then erections and then they're talking about nothing again and then they're talking about food and I'm like, where are we going with this? This week Melissa is chatting about how she was facing a period in her life where she almost considered detransitioning because she was having a hard time finding work. She had finished cosmetology school and was trying to become a hairdresser, I believe, and she like couldn't find work and she was like telling her mom, I just feel like I should just go back to being a boy because maybe life will be easier and I won't have to deal with this and I'll just bury this part of myself. And it broke my heart that she dealt with that.
Yeah.
But also it was such, I think, a validating conversation for so many people. Like, I'm not trans, but I have so many trans friends who have shared similar sentiments. They're like, maybe it'd just be better if I just went and I detransitioned and just lived life in the closet. Maybe I would be happier because then people wouldn't discriminate against me.
Yeah, and it's like it's a very sad story, but I think that is like it's a very sad reality, especially even like it's not getting better because like life is continuously like shitty for the people, you know, but I think it's the idea like it's not always true. Like I think it is obviously it's always better to be yourself, but it's not always better
Totally.
for your safety, your living situation, your
Absolutely.
mental health to be yourself because sometimes it does open you up to additional challenges.
Totally. More criticism, more hate. And so I think this was a really good conversation for people to hear that just be you. It's going to get better. It has to. It inevitably will get better. And I think that that was important, I think, for just the overall trans community. I think it was healing for Melissa to be able to talk about that. Because I imagine that's not something that she's spoken about heavily in front of others about. But that is something that a lot of trans people, and even, I mean, queer people have dealt with that. Even not being trans, I know plenty of gay people, myself included, who have thought, maybe I'll just be in the closet. Maybe I'll just marry a woman and do the straight people life, have a family and be miserable on the inside, but at least people won't be mean to me, you know?
Yeah, and it's tricky because it's such a nuanced conversation. And like a lot of bigots don't understand that like they see someone who like because y'all have literally made it like so difficult to exist as ourselves in this world. Like you think because we don't want to, it's because we aren't those people. It's like we are those people, but it's just like you've made it misery for us to be those people. So we have to not be those people. So because it's not who we really are, but it's just because it's like sometimes you have to like looking out for yourself doesn't mean living your truth always.
Totally.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I thought it was a good conversation. I'm glad that we finally got some story in this since it's been a long time since we've had that. I feel like Viseria was the last time that we had some genuine conversation about people having lives outside of the show.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of weird, wacky B-roll.
And then, I mean, also last thing on it, I think it also is nice because like, obviously there's all of the sadness of it, but then there's like kind of the happy ending of you see her, how she is now, who like, it's almost like if you didn't have that backstory, you wouldn't even know because she's someone who is so like proudly herself and
so
just
confident.
so like, yeah, exactly. So confident, so bold. Like you would never know that that was something that like was going on with her because she was just so like
ultimate womanity.
Literally.
Like she's so strong and powerful, and you wouldn't think that someone that is that confident and powerful in a room would have those struggles. And I think that is also humbling and helpful for her storyline. So we get to the main stage. I was still very offended that Kiara wasn't here because they had a freaking standee. And I'm like, this is bullshit.
The cardboard cutout.
It was kind of funny.
That was like twice the size of the humans as well. It was huge.
But then it cut to the stage and she's up there like Lady Bunny in All Stars 4 sitting in a casket, which was so funny.
Literally the Lady Bunny of it all. It killed me.
And much like the Rusical, we got no concept of why Lena chose the order. Because Lena got power from winning the mini to choose the order. And we don't know why these people what they did.
You might as well have not even told us that they did. Mm-hmm. Like, I hate that, you know? Mm-hmm. I hate when they mention something like that, but then nothing becomes of it.
Right.
It's like, don't even bring up the fact that she got to choose it because, like, you didn't do anything with that.
Yeah. We have no idea why Sipario opens. I found a lot of her set just cringy because she did that fake crying and then she smirked and then fake cried again. But she did have some good wordplay, and this is, I think, the pinnacle of the translations were off because I did not understand almost any joke that was said from this point to the very end of it.
I felt like I was going crazy at points.
Yeah.
It was like things definitely didn't click.
Mm-hmm.
Like, truly, a lot of them, like the roast, like the physical comedy was the only thing that I actually understood.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the translations, it's like you can read it and immediately be like, that's not what they're trying to say. Mm-hmm. Or like that might be a translation, but it's like that's not the humor. Like the humor's been sucked out of it.
Totally.
I think you said that earlier of something of like, I'm sure the way they said it was very clever. There's wordplay. Mm-hmm. And it's even just like, I don't know. There's even the sense of like in English, you're sort of like there's the bait and switch or the way that it plays on your comfort level with how you hear certain jokes being set up because of the sentence structure, because of the flow of it.
Right.
So there's certain cues in language that like make you feel a certain way. And then either that's subverted or it goes a different way.
Right.
So when you're reading just like translated text, it's so you aren't taken on that journey at all.
Totally.
So it's a little tricky.
Yeah. To be fair, I was not expecting Sipario to do well because her Grease character was bad and then her Thing character was bad. So I'm like, she's probably not going to be good anyway. But I mean, this was like on par, but it still wasn't funny.
They had very high standards for her.
Mm-hmm. For why? Don't know. She hasn't performed well in the comedy.
The judging panel is the Sipario fan club. They love the shit out of her.
They do. Lashiva is second. I don't understand why she is second. And what was going on? Why were they just fake wailing? All of them. I just really didn't really understand that, but I did like one of Shiva's jokes. She said, and I just would like to remind all of you of some of Kiara's successes.
Literally like 10 seconds of silence.
Okay, next up. I thought that was very funny.
That was funny. I think I agree about the loud wailing. I feel like one of them cried really loud and they're like, we kind of have to all like do that.
Yeah, Sipario started it.
Because they all came out like absolutely crying and wailing. So I was like, what is that?
Yeah. What was that?
I thought she had some good jokes. I don't think she was like terrible.
I did.
Oh.
So sorry. I'm joking. I thought Sipario was worse. Sorry. We'll keep taking wax.
I love it. Period. Moving forward.
We have Lena next, who finally got it poppin'. Because she walked up to Kiara and looked at her and goes, oh no, the makeup artist is dead too.
That gagged me.
It got me together. It was very, do you remember when Manila went up and looked at Lady Bunny and she lifted her veil and goes,
then she was like,
and dropped it again? That was very funny to me. And then she says, welcome everyone. Examples of intelligence, connoisseurs of drag art, experts in fashion and good taste. And we welcome you to Paolo Camilli.
Crazy, unnecessary stray.
It was so good.
I loved it.
I love that she got jabs at literally everybody while she was jabbing at Kiara.
Yes.
Like, she got the idea of what a roast is and did it perfect.
And I love that more so, like, because sometimes there's the, like, style of roast of, like, let me just get a individual joke in for every person. But I love the ones where it's, like, it does feel like a dedicated roast, but then there's these little, like, side shots and little, like, stray bullets that go out. And I love it.
Yeah. So good. I know I mentioned it before, but my literal favorite roast joke ever is Alaska's blue joke about, I think it was Heclina. The doctor told Heclina to avoid trans fats, so she stopped talking to Jinx Monsoon. Like, she got 2 jabs in at once. It's brilliant.
Love it.
It's so good.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. We have Layla Yarn next. And again, I'm going to chalk this up to maybe some translation errors and wordplay, because the judges were laughing through almost all of it.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it.
But then also it's funny because, like, the judging felt more like akin to the translation I read than their experience of it, because they seemed like they had a hoot, but then their critiques weren't as positive.
Totally. It was like when Valentina was like, well, they were laughing. I don't know why they put me on the bottom. They laughed the whole time. Because they were living. Time, they were living for her. We have Melissa next, who was talking about a fake trip that she and Kiara took to Brazil. What'd you think about that?
Well, her, like, crying and then, Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
That was crazy.
That was funny.
I mean, this was kind of like a variant of the, like, kind of doing a character kind of thing. Like, I'm her cousin from New Orleans. Like, I'm
the grandma.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we were friends and we went to Brazil together.
Yeah.
And I did kind of love that, and I thought it was cute. I feel like for someone like that, who, like, obviously she's not the comedy queen, I think whatever route you do that makes you feel comfortable, good for you. And she did that. She felt comfortable, and I thought that was good.
Yeah, she seemed like she was having fun, even if she didn't really understand maybe how to roast everyone perfectly. Because I don't think she was roasting. She was just kind of generally amusing. And then we have last... Candy amusing. Then we have last Sylvana, who had Kiara rolling. Kiara fell.
She kept doubling over, because she would, like... She was trying to, like, keep her face, like, focused, but sometimes she would literally just collapse in the body because she couldn't take it. I feel like Sylvana had the biggest, like, physical reaction out of her.
Totally. And out of the audience, too. They were living for her the whole time.
I assumed she was going to win.
Yeah, I thought so, too. Before we move to the runway, were you only looking at that hot buff man?
Literally, what was that? Because, okay, they had some crazy close-ups on this audience. There's that one woman that they, like, had the ultimate close-up on.
Oh, yeah.
The
found footage.
Yeah, but they kept showing this man with the white sunglasses. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
And the gigantic biceps. He has muscles on his muscles.
His muscles are flexing.
Yeah. He's crazy attractive. And the runway category is Death Makes You a Drag Queen, which I'm assuming is a play on Death Becomes Her. Death Makes You a Drag Queen. That was a translation.
Does Death make you a drag queen like me?
So, do you want to talk about all these? There's only 6 of them.
Yeah, we get to some of them.
We'll go through them quick.
Quicker thoughts than others, I will say. Yeah,
we have Layla Yarn first, who wanted to do a message about the sea and pollution.
I'll say. Gorgeous. Probably the prettiest she looked all season.
Absolutely.
That brunette wig in the slightly wet look. Incredible. For this runway, I agree with the judges, not living.
No, because what killed her? It's environmental pollution, which, like, yeah, we're all going to die from the pollution of this, but I didn't really understand what got her.
Because if you're doing that, I feel like you need to give, like, Aquaria's Mermaid, where you're literally, like, oil drenched. Like,
yes.
You need to be the duck on the cover of the Dawn. Like,
yeah, totally.
You need to break the Dawn and be that oil covered duck, you know?
Don't break the Dawn. That's so funny. No, but you're right. And she needed to have more oil running down her legs. It needed to maybe come out of her mouth, too.
Yeah.
It needed to be everywhere, not just on the arm. But yeah, gorgeous look for a different runway. And you know what else I think would have been cool? If she had those, you know those soda can plastics?
Yeah.
If she had those around her
like,
neck.
yeah, more like trash.
Yeah, like actual trash.
Stop.
Then we have Silvana De Mayano, who was inspired by Little Shop of Horrors. Very, very cool and conceptual look for a different runway.
Again, yeah,
This would be Broadway. This doesn't really give me the thing that got you.
If anything, it was like you might have had this. It doesn't feel like you had it made for it.
Yeah, totally. I owned this dress. Then we have Sipario, who was inspired by Schiaparelli. Can I ask, because I'm slightly familiar with Schiaparelli.
Yeah.
Why does this become a trend where the girls put on the most basic column dress or shift dress and they're like, I'm Schiaparelli. I'm inspired by Schiaparelli.
I'm dead.
Those dresses are not this basic. You could look up any Schiaparelli outfit and never see what your inspiration was.
I feel like because like Schiaparelli is, there's like an element of kooky infused or like surreal infused with the everyday. So like there's classic gorgeous silhouettes, but then there's something really crazy mixed in there, and I feel like that is very Schiaparelli. But yeah, like I also like, I get that the concept in and of itself is a reference, but I would have loved something like, you know how everyone's doing the back panels now? It'd be so cunty if you were in just like a showgirl look and then you had the target as like a back panel. Like it was like you wore like a backpack and you just have the giant target behind you and there's hatchets or knives, whatever, on the target. But then there's some like in your body or like right next to you, you know? That's how I would
like the girl that's tied up on the throw it and try not to hit the
because
girl.
Isn't that what this look is supposed to be, is like the face is the target and she has the axes or the knives, like it hit her. So I feel like if you're doing like you died because you got hit by like a stunt gone wrong kind of thing.
Oh yeah, like at a carnival or something.
I would love like a showgirl look with the back panel of obviously this is a reference to something, but if you're doing that idea, I would have liked it done differently.
Totally, I feel that. Then we have Melissa Bianchini. This was everything. But you know what's interesting? We get pretty much a redo of this exact concept because in España 5, their roast is all about death. And then we have, it's Margarita Califata and Satine Greco both come out with concepts like this, where it's like the burned dress, but then Satine has the lamp that's fallen down on her from above. Like this is very similar to what we'll see in España in a couple years. But like, I think this is cool.
It was very cool. I was impressed by just like the production of it. It was very like quality and like just high glam. I was obsessed with them adding the sound effects of it, like of like flame. The like the crackling flame sounds.
That was fierce.
I was like, you know that they live for her when they add the sound effects for her.
Totally. Whenever they add sound effects for any of the queens, it's like, oh, you love them. You adored this queen.
It's like when they add the whip crack sound effects when they have a whip or something like that, you know?
Do you remember in All Stars 10 when they added a burp for Mistress? She was walking down the runway on one of them and they added a burp sound in, like a totally piped in burp.
That is probably the most hateful thing they could do.
Completely. Then we have Lashiva, who got hit by a disco ball. Ellipse did this in France, and Ellipse did it fiercely. This was
it
was the morning after a night out, was that runway, and I liked Ellipse's better.
Side note, on the wiki it looks like she's dead because for some reason her picture's in black and white.
It's because the intro of her set was in black and white for whatever reason.
Everyone else's is in color, but just her picture is in. It's like you had to get it while it was in black and white. Why does it look like in memoriam? I agree with the critiques of like the disco ball idea is fun and like with what you're saying too, but like the disco ball was so hidden. Like that is like the focal point.
Why did it hit her on the side of the head? Why did it hit her on the side of her
why
waist?
did it hit you behind the ear?
How did that even happen? Unless it was like in the All Stars 3 promo where they hit the ball and then it comes back and smacks them. But like that didn't impale you.
I was also fascinated by the black and white paillettes that looked like googly eyes when they like came together.
These needed to be in color.
Yeah.
Hey, I like the orange hair.
Yes, I did. I think orange looks good on her. Like for that hair.
What's up with the red shoes with this look?
A red shoe with an orange wig is actual crazy work in my opinion.
Insane. And then last up is Lena Galore, who died to Iron Maiden. This is sick.
I loved it. I thought it was an interesting like pivot to like do the Iron Maiden as like a tearaway gown like coat.
Totally.
Like instead of like the structured like Iron Maiden like kind of coffin piece, it's literally like a drag queen tearaway coat.
Totally.
I thought that was kind of like a fabulous like adjustment to it.
It's kind of everything.
Yeah. And I mean, even just the gown on its own, if it didn't have the Iron Maiden, it's giving like Death becomes her runway without even knowing the full story. Like it could be bullet holes, it could be stab wounds. Like it just clearly is giving like killed queen.
Totally.
And I love it.
Do you think this is why she won over Sylvana?
That's a good question, because Sylvana was definitely more of a miss on the runway.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, yeah, this was, like, the biggest hit for me on the runway.
Right.
And then, like, if she has a good challenge showing to support it, too, then I guess so. But, I don't know, it's just, it's an adjustment, because I think on Drag Race I've kind of come to disregard the runway.
Yeah.
Other than like on US Drag Race.
Totally.
It doesn't mean anything other than, ooh, look, pretty. Maybe it will save you if you're the worst of, like, if your runway is like significantly better than the 3, even if you're the worst. But like, it usually doesn't really have an edge for the win unless you're Alexis Michelle and like you wear some like doo-doo crazy look when you could have, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Totally. It matters until it doesn't.
yeah. So like in general, when it's like, I feel like someone did a good enough job in the challenge to warrant a win, Sylvana.
Totally.
I usually don't think like a really impressive runway edges it out.
Totally. Unless this is Drag Race Thailand season 2, where you get a separate win for the runway.
Honestly, at that point, let's just start doing that.
I would actually love that. I would love for seasons to pull a Thailand 2 and be like, so-and-so, you won the challenge. But that doesn't mean you won the night. Because if your runway's bad, you're in the bottom.
Well, especially if they did it more like badge style or something.
Oh, yeah.
Because then I think it would shut some people up, because like there'd be fashion queens who have a ton of badges. There'd be comedy queens who have a ton of badges. Like,
Totally.
people would, I think there would be maybe a better distribution in that sense. But I don't know.
What would you think about concept? Week 1, non-elimination style. Someone gets a badge. Week 2, elimination. Winner gets a badge. And if you end up in the bottom at any point, if you have a badge, you can trade that to save yourself from the bottom. But if the other person has a badge, then it goes back to Rue.
Girl, that's some crazy work.
What about something like that? Like a Mario Party style, like I'll trade my badge to save myself from the bottom. And then like at the very end, whoever has the most badges gets to like lip sync Lollapalooza or something. What about something like that? That would be sick for All Stars.
I never thought about that, where it's like, okay, but also like, I don't know, the concept of like your badges are currency, but you also need them. Like, yes, you need those badges at the end, but like, yeah, like you said, they could save you. But also, like, what if like you could like sacrifice badges to like affect other people's placements?
Ooh, that could also be interesting. Like a special badge that you can get. The badge this week lets you put someone in the bottom if you choose so, and you can swap yourself out with someone. That would be sick.
Listen,
okay, All-Star style.
there.
3 episodes, non-elim. Multiple people will get badges, like top 2 every week. And then from that point forward, it's elimination style. You can either save yourself or use your poison badge or something and save yourself. But when it gets to the final episode, there are maybe like 6 queens total. And the top 4 highest badge numbers get to move on. So if you ended up in the bottom a lot, you kept using your badges to save yourself, you could axe yourself out of the finale. So, like, at some point, you have to be like, all right, I will stay in the bottom, and I guess I'll just lip sync and hope I get to stay. Like, that would be sick. That would be a cool twist.
That would be so wild.
Right. I would love if they used the badges as currency. Anyway, I'm rabbit trailing. So the judging for this was interesting because they really seemed to love Silvana in the challenge, but the winner is Lena. And they seemed to laugh the whole time at Layla's set, and they didn't seem to love Sipario that much. But Sipario's safe, and Layla has to lip sync. This was so odd.
That was kind of the gag. I mean, just the judging in general, like between top to bottom, A to Z.
A to Z.
Would you, first of all, A to Z, would you have given the win to Lena?
I think so. Only because factoring in the runway, Silvana was a miss. And I also didn't really understand her jokes. So, I mean, they could have been a lot funnier in Italian. And I just didn't get it.
So then, on that same note, would you also have kept this bottom two?
No, I probably would have made it be Sipario and Shiva.
Well, it was interesting how that felt like where it was going based on how they discussed it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't where it went.
Yeah.
Because, Layla being there just, did confusion me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And especially Sipario not being there. And they said her look saved her, whatever. Mm-hmm. But they just, really gave her the critique of, we thought you were going to bring it more. And we expected more from you. So I just kind of assumed it was going to happen for her. But then
Didn't Priscilla specifically say she was disappointed in her? That she wasn't funny? I thought that was a kiss of death.
Yeah. I mean, usually that is kind of the worst. Because, I think that is almost worse than, a not comedy queen being like, hey, you're decent.
Mm-hmm. Did Sipario see Priscilla hit someone with a car or something? Why is she constantly safe? I don't get it.
Sipario saw Priscilla squeeze the first lady of Italy's boob at a gala, and that's why she squeezes everyone's boobs in front of her to remind her. She says, I know what you did last summer. And
oh my God.
Yeah, don't you forget it.
Please. So the two of them lip sync to Believe by Cher.
That was also a little crazy. It also almost looked like it immediately started on the first verse, the way they cut it. Because the two of them were in the middle of the stage where they were standing when they announced the song.
Yeah.
And immediately just, boom, no matter how hard I try. That was wild. Do you believe in love of love? I also have some, next level Drag Race brain rot because when I hear at the end of the bridge with the no, I don't need you, and the do I'm so used to hearing Michelle go ooh when
Shangela did her funky death drop.
Yeah, at the end of the boom. I just said ooh.
Yeah.
When I didn't hear it, it almost felt crazy.
Felt wrong.
Yeah.
It's no, where's the sound? Felt that. I was going to ask, who do you think did it better, them or Shangela and Carmen?
Shangela definitely would it be either of them.
Sure.
Carmen, no comment. But
she was doing her own thing.
I want to talk about Shiva taking that wig off, and it cuts to Priscilla shaking her head no. Why would you do that?
She was so disappointed. And she mentions that too in her critiques.
She scolds her.
Yeah. She says, I don't like this and you should keep that. Do you remember in the old days, there was that fan rumor that RuPaul had a rule that if you were going to take your wig off, there had to be a wig underneath it or a prop. And that was a fake rumor because it's never been said on the show. But Priscilla says it. She says specifically, if you're going to remove a wig, there has to be a wig or something underneath it. I'm like, oh, she read the spoilers. She read the Reddits.
Because she says you have to do something to interest me or something. Yeah. The way she phrased it was kind of hilarious. Mm-hmm. But then she also said, that being said, we couldn't stop watching you. Mm-hmm. I was able to be like, damn. You'd rather watch this bald bitch over me.
Look, this bald bloated bitch with a disco ball in her neck.
Look at that big bloated bitch in the box.
To be fair, Layla was just closing her eyes and walking in circles. She didn't do anything.
I love when a queen goes passion by closing her eyes. You know?
Look, that's not a way to fight for your life. You're supposed to make eye contact with them.
Fight for it.
Fight for it. So what do you think about this string of episodes before we get to the finale?
I thought this was a better string than maybe some of the other strings.
Totally. I had fun with this one.
I think it's also like beyond just like the season itself hitting its stride, you're getting into that interesting little stretch where the girls are getting a little more comfortable. You're starting to understand the dynamics more. Like we figured out, you know, everyone hates the Prada. we came to understand a lot about where these girls stand with each other,
Totally.
what the vibe is in the workroom, who they sort of are individually.
Yeah.
And I think that also helps enrich your enjoyment of the season sometimes, is to
Completely.
get to know them a little bit better.
Yeah. Spicy question, because I don't know who's
Spicy
out
Sunshine.
next. Spicy Sunshine question. Who do you think's out next?
Ooh, I'm going to assume Lashiv.
You think Shiva's out?
Lashiva, Lashiv, Lasahiva. I would say so because I was feeling it for Layla for a minute where I felt like she was petering out and they
Totally.
were losing interest in her. So I think it would be Lashiva next.
I think coming up
But then-
is Makeover. So I think it might be.
Well, I
I think it might be Miss Mayana.
Because I was going to say my other choice would be Sylvana, because although she's doing great, I think she's going to be an upset soon of like, there's going to be a Drag Race challenge that like, she's the kind of queen where she's doing good, but then the Drag Race challenges, she kind of like skins by, you know, like a challenge like Snatch Game, like something like that she can do, but the more like modern Drag Race challenges that are not as like classic comedy entertainment oriented, I think are a bit more of a struggle for her. And I think that we haven't had as many of those yet.
And I think one's coming up. I don't know what else is next. I've specifically not looked. I know Lena wins, but I haven't really looked at anything else. So I feel like maybe Sylvana's next.
Yeah, I don't know much else of what is to come, but I could see those two for sure, because all I know is Lena and Melissa are good. I know they're big chillin'.
I think there's a ball. There's got to be a ball. There's got to be.
I feel like we haven't seen a lot of that,
Sure.
so I would like to see more of it.
Me too. Anyways, we will finish up Drag Race Italia season 3 next, and then we have Canada's Drag Race season 4. I'm
Girl,
so excited.
Lives will be changed.
My life will be changed.
It'll curl your hair.
Is this CC Superstar? This is CC Superstar's season.
That'll do.
I've been waiting.
We're not ready.
I'm not ready. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening. Remember, you're doing a great job. You're doing the best you can, and that is all you can do.
Goodbye.
Bye.